Got a joke for you. How does Frosty the Snowman check his social media?
I don't know. How does Frosty check his social media?
He gets on the winternet.
Silly. Hi, welcome to Suburban Life Permaculture. I'm Holly, and today we're going to talk about utilizing some cuttings as part of your winter prep. Why do you want to leverage cuttings as part of your winter preps? What I do and how I utilize it is to hedge my bets. So if I have a plant that I really like and I want to be able to get it going as quickly as possible, I'm going to go ahead and make some cuttings because then I can get them right out. As long as I baby it through the winter, I should be good to go. And what's the other reason? It's free. I know it feels weird. We're out here in short sleeves and the sun's out and it's really warm here in Zone 9 in Central Florida. But we did have a cold spell that we had to prepare for winter preps. I know, we do, even in Florida. What I ended up doing is taking a bunch of cuttings and just threw them in some water. It just made sense at that time. I know that most of these will root and what doesn't. I take a bunch of them, so you can see this is kind of dying. These should be pretty good. So I take a bunch of them because I know that cranberry hibiscus, that's what this is going to die back anyway, but this will give me some jump starts, or it'll also give me some plants that I can give my friends, family, and neighbors. So these are ones that I took even earlier than last month, and we're going to use those because we've got some absolutely beautiful roots on these. So you can see here, this is the root system. So this is the cranberry hibiscus. It usually, so this is a node. Usually you're gonna, for most plants, and really making cuttings and rooting cuttings, it really depends on the plant. But if you look here, cranberry hibiscus doesn't necessarily root right at the node, right? There is a node right here, but look, it's not coming out of that node, right? It's all the way around and it's up and it's down right from there. So what we're going to do is, and we have some roots, it looks like, underneath, right in here. I think what I'm going to do, since these look more vibrant and raring to go, I'm going to go ahead and maybe cut off some of those, and I'm just going to cut as in a slant. It actually is going to make it easier to stick in my pot. So I've got my pots here, my little poking stick, and I'm going to get it in there, and I want to make sure I'm a little gentle with my roots. And then I'm going to pack it around so it's nice and secure in there. I'm going to put a little bit extra dirt because this isn't as damp as I usually have it. We'll water it in and get that water in there, but for now it's like really floofy. So I just need some extra in there, pack it down just a little, not too much, just enough to secure it. It's pretty good, and the roots will do the rest later. Little more. All right. So that is cranberry hibiscus, and you can see here I have a little where I cut it previously. It's got that little slant there. It just keeps it from water pooling on there and rotting. This is longevity spinach, and actually is very similar, where it's got the roots all coming around. So all of this I can go ahead and I'm going to cut it off. These are really easy to root and to get going. They don't all work, but that's okay. We have plenty. That's why you make a lot of cuttings. Let me just get my poking stick in there. And all right, so I'm going to put some dirt around there and just kind of press it in just like we did before and get it in there just enough to make sure it's pretty sturdy. It's not going to fall over. All right. So that's cranberry hibiscus and longevity spinach. I love both of them for many, many reasons. Check out the videos. I'm going to go ahead and link them in the description so that you can learn about both of them. They are both wonderful foods for the food forest. This is a second go around for this filming because we had audio issues. But I want to show you what resulted from the last time we did this video. We went ahead and had this is spiral ginger, and one of the little tendrils up here, the branches, broke off. So we just threw it in the water just to see what would happen. It was amazing. It actually created a few rhizomes in here. So much so that this is actually one of two that I planted in there. So not only did it make roots, it made rhizomes. I didn't think it would do that. I knew you could divide the rhizomes that you found underground and divide them and make more plants. This one actually went ahead and made rhizomes just by throwing it in the water. So what we're going to do, we're going to experiment again, make sure it's not a fluke, right? So I'm going to go ahead and this one right here. All right, so this is pretty sad looking, right? The cold, even though we try to protect them as much as we can in the cold has kind of damaged this. So I'm going to go ahead, it's really nice and green right in here. So I'm going to go a little bit before that and then take off that top. And I've already got my little slant there. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and put this in water. Now, to kind of encourage it, I've heard if you put it with things that root really well, and we already have things rooting in this one, so I'm just going to put it in here. I'm going to kind of lean it against things because I don't want to go and get too wet too far up. So I'm just going to kind of wedge it gently in between some of these other branches, and then I will give you an update on the spiral ginger rooting. I can't wait to see if it's going to do the same thing. Just like these cuttings, it costs nothing to make these cuttings, except a little effort, and it costs nothing to be kind. So let's talk about rooting hormone. It really depends on the plant for me. I don't find that I really need it. I make lots of cuttings. While it's not 100% success rate, it is a lot of it. So I'm not really going to worry about that for the plants that I know root really, really well. When it comes to trees and things like that, I tend to definitely err on that side of caution for the rooting hormones. But you can make an experiment. One day we might do that as well. But rooting hormone, you know, whatever works for you, you do that. Or works for the plant. Now, we're going to get water right from our rain barrel. I love getting rain barrel water for my plants. And we'll go ahead and water those plants in. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and water these in. This one needed water, so I'm going to give that some too. Hello, little cranberry hibiscus. Hello, longevity spinach. They're very thirsty. All right. And what are your favorite plants to make cuttings out of? Go ahead and let us know in the comments below. And I don't care if you like, subscribe, or share. You do you. Carpe diem, y'all.